It's Lindsay, and it's February 18th, 2026. It's what day is it? It's Wednesday. So yeah, I'm just gonna document something here. Okay, this is crazy. It's pretty well, silly, ridiculous. I don't know what word I want to use to describe this except really calculated maneuvers by narcissistic psychopath. So today, okay, once again, as I've talked about, I saw the Facebook already. I've talked about that and how he lied about that. He's lied about this parallel relationship, whatever you want to call it, secondary relationship. So, clearly he's lying to me, and clearly that's evident that it's just obvious from because I've looked at it again, and the only reason I'm looking at it more is because he keeps showing up at this house, and I don't know. I mean, obviously, he's doing that to get revenge on me, and he's showing up here to try to get me overwhelmed and confused, or to feel guilty or ashamed or whatever. Maybe trying to make me. I don't know what his intentions are, except yeah, as people know, as it's just obvious that when a person comes back to Hoover so many times after they've been caught lying, then it's not because they want to reconcile. It's because they just want to usually get even or get revenge. This is what these people do. They can't just walk away from something. They have to make sure that you are left suffering, or left without some kind of closure, or left they're trying to break your heart. They're trying to break your sanity, and it's all very calculated. And with me, it's like I'm very resilient. I get hurt by what happens, and then I get over it. But this person, this man, Luis Valdez, he he's extremely manipulative, and I guess he's just has a real evil side, because he's mad, he's angry that I found out, and that now I've called him out for all this stuff. And I'm sure he's aware that I make these videos and talk about it, about all this stuff that I go through, and my being a targeted individual and whatnot. So, because I believe he's definitely a perpetrator involved with that, for sure. There's no doubt in my mind that he's involved with it, and that he's somebody who's exploiting me financially and other ways. It's just obvious that he's being paid, or that he's been paid, that he's getting paid to do this. There's no doubt in my mind that he's not. That it's all fake. It's all a setup. I can clearly see that. Even though he tries now, especially lately, because he's catching on that he's in trouble. He's gonna get in trouble. I believe that what I see happening is that he's gonna get he's gonna either get into some legal trouble, or he might just, something's gonna unfold where he's gonna get caught doing something, or it's gonna unravel about other things that he's done to other people. And he's involved, I suspect that he's involved with some kind of scams, or financial scamming people, maybe through like insurance fraud or contract fraud, something that he's doing, or that he's done, that he's gotten away with before, or for a long time. And it's all coming down, that it's all getting discovered, is what I think. That's what it seems like, because his attitude and his behavior is so frantic that it's like, are they trying to do a settlement or something? Are they trying to do a plea bargain that's what it feels like. They're trying to manipulate and buy their way out of what they've done to me. These people that are guilty of using my identity, forging documents, hidden cameras, illegal surveillance, gaslighting, the stuff that was going on at the gym for that long, as far as my being targeted and exploited for their profit. And meanwhile, I wasn't obviously making any money at all. But this is what these people do. They think that people don't catch on to that. They assume that because most people don't. Most people are completely oblivious to illegal surveillance. They're oblivious to the methods and modus operandi that modus operandi, however you say that word, modus operandi that these criminals and crooks and thieves and I'm repeating myself, that these people use to target people, the methods, the tactics that are used to try to confuse and gaslight, and then they flip it to make it always look like that person is the one who's crazy when in fact they're the ones doing all the crazy making. And I've noticed the other day I got a strange Facebook request. This was, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Somebody named Donovan Thompson Donovan or something like that, and said he had gone to UTSA and that he lived in Killeen, somewhere in Texas. And then I was like, okay, who is this guy? I mean, why I don't know this guy. I have no idea who he is, but he's requesting my friendship. And so before I accepted the request, I started looking at his profile and looking at his photos and then reading stuff on his post. And he had something about, like, okay, first of all, something about going back to, I want to say, like, back, posting something back in February, I think it was, about his ex-girlfriend, thanking his ex-girlfriend of 3 years for being bipolar and for lying to him and sleeping with his best friend and all this and all this crap, that he had this post about that. And it's like, I just want to thank you for doing that and opening up my eyes, and thank you for this and thank you for that. It was really sarcastic, but you get the idea. He was basically, and I was like, okay. And then he had another post saying with his new, he had another post about showing him and a photograph of his current girlfriend from since August of 2025. And I'm like, oh, wow, funny. That's exactly what the dates for that Luis Valdez, August of 2025, since he's been in that relationship with this Nidia Cardenas or whatever, right? So I was like, oh my God, this is fake. This is a setup. He's also a perp, or he's getting paid to just get information about me or somebody. This is clearly a setup. I saw that. But that was, first of all, I accepted his friendship, and then I said so, and then I sent him a message. I said, well, who are you, and why are why are you requesting my friendship? I was curious, and he didn't respond at all. So I was like, you know what? I've given this guy plenty of time to respond, and obviously he's just playing mind games, or he's just doing something to get paid to just manipulate or gaslight. And so I just deleted the request and blocked him, because I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. He's obvious. It's clearly, I could see that it was a setup meant to trigger me or meant to get me emotionally wound up about this whole Valdez crap with his Facebook and this woman that he's his girlfriend or fiance or whatever the fuck it is that he's involved with, which I guess they are engaged, or I suppose that they are obviously in a they're pretty serious, because all the comments on the photos about, and that he said that he didn't make. Now I can see that he's such a liar. He says that she hacked into his phone and she did all that. That's such a lie. He did that. It's him. It's nothing. He's just trying to cover his ass from lying. It's just obvious. I can't be that fucking stupid or gullible and keep letting this man coming back into my life to create more havoc and problems and wasting my time and just wait. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of my energy. I've got my energy directed towards something else, because this man's just gonna fuck with my head and ruin my life more than he already has, because he's just evil. He's evil. I don't know what it's just not right. And so, of course, I have to document it because it's my own way of protecting myself and documenting the horrendous behavior of a narcissistic psychopath because that's what he is. It's all fake. It's an act. It's an act. And he sees, now when I look at him, I just see a man, a pathetic man of skin and bones. I see straight through his hollow expression. I look into his eyes and I just see a man who's scared, who's afraid to be alone, who's losing support of his family. Everybody knows what he's doing. Everybody sees that he's lying. All his everybody knows what he's doing, and they just kind of like deserted him or isolated him, and now he feels he doesn't have a stage to perform on, and so he's getting frantic and he's getting desperate because he knows what he's done is fucked up, and he's getting his karma. That's what's going on with this guy. Is he's getting physically sick. He's getting sick because a person who loses that much weight in such a small amount of time, that means there's something wrong physically with this man. I don't know. I believe he's sick. I do. I don't know. I believe he's physically ill. It could be diabetes. It could be a disease, a venereal disease. Or he's on drugs. Maybe he's a cocaine addict, or I know maybe an alcohol. Maybe he's drinking more alcohol. But I believe he's physically ill, and I believe he's just withering away because he's just every time I see him, he looks more gaunt and skinny, but he's not looking healthy at all. Like he's just kind of losing his vitality bit by bit, and I'm like, what's going on? It's weird. Because he went from somebody that was like, it's just like he's completely his personality is completely different, and it's not good. He looks like he's possessed with demons, or he acts like he is, and he acts extremely entitled and arrogant and violating boundaries and not having respect for a person's privacy. And it's just odd because it's like a person who behaves like that, it's indicative of somebody who's either strung out on drugs, like maybe, like I said, cocaine. He's actually hyper. He's got this hyper energy that makes me uneasy and makes me feel anxious because whenever he is around me, he creates all this chaos because it's like he's on fucking high on drugs. Like some kind of cocaine or something, that he's high on drugs, and he's trying to keep that a secret from me, but it's obvious to me that he's on some kind of drug. I don't know what, but I can tell from his behavior and the way he looks, the way his eyes shift around, the way he's really paranoid. He thinks that everybody's out to get him. He's afraid of the neighbors. He says that he's really paranoid. And maybe what's happening to him now is what I've been through, all the being targeted and gang stalked. And whenever he would discredit me and laugh at me and tell me, nobody's stalking you, you're crazy, what are you talking about? That's delusional. He would mock me when I would try to tell him that I was being gang stalked and mobbed in public as a targeted individual. And all he would do is make fun of me and deny everything. And it's like now I think that he's going through that, something like that, where he's actually having to see what it feels like himself because this stuff is real. And maybe this is some form of God showing his karma. I don't know, but it's just the man is all the lies and all the double life that he's lived is just finally catching up to him. Is and I'm watching it manifest right in front of me. I'm watching a desperate man who's going through a failed relationship with somebody who he fell madly in love with. I guess obviously this Nydia lady, whatever the fuck her name is, this girl who he's madly in love with, and whatever's going on with those two, they're either trying to fuck with my head and triangulate me and get me involved with something or use me, or that relationship ended and he's just trying to make me jealous, obviously get me to react, because what they want to do with narcissists, it's all about your reaction. It's all about how you react, and if you react to what they do. That's what they want. That's what they're waiting for, is your reaction, so they can plan their next strategy. And when you just ignore them, but it's kind of hard to ignore somebody when they keep knocking on your door and they won't leave, and you're So and you're like, and they just kind of keep coming over and hoovering. It's kind of like I feel, it's like a part of me feels like empathy, the empathetic side of me who feels sorry for somebody and like, oh my God, how pathetic. That's that side of me that has a caring, giving heart, which I just naturally am. But there's a person can only take so much bullshit and lies and manipulations and cruel treatment from somebody before they just wither away myself. I mean, I've got my own life to live. I've got to protect my energy and my vitality. And this man is just wreaking havoc on everything I try to do. He just tries to destroy it. Everything. It's like he wants to take control over it's like, what the fuck? What's wrong? What? Who the fuck is paying you to try to do this to me? Because you better fucking stop. I'm an autonomous, independent-minded, creative person, and I will one day have my finances in order, and you have no right to tell me what to fucking do, to tell me how to live my life, what to eat, what to wear. No, sir, it's not going to happen with me. I'm very much set in my ways, and I like my life. I like being single. I don't want to be tied down to somebody, especially not him. He expects me to commit to him after all this shit. Now he seems to want me to now he's really begging me to be his girlfriend and asking me to please be his girlfriend, that I'm the only one he cares about and that he wants to be with me and me only. And, this girl is just somebody who's obsessed with him and she's stalking him. This Nydia is just stalking him and harassing him, and he wants nothing to do with her. And she hacked into his Facebook, and she's crazy and she's violent and she's possessive and jealous is what he says. And he says that he got all his contacts in his phone and went through all his contacts and called all his clients, and she is going by his house and driving by his house and driving and going to his work. I'm like, okay, well, what happened between you two then? If that's the situation, and you're telling me that you've never been intimate with her? Oh, really? But she's going out, what he says, because he rejected her? Because he told her that he doesn't want a relationship with her? I'm like, what the fuck? Yet on your Facebook it says that y'all are engaged and that she's the love of your life, all this Stevie Wonder shit song. I mean, obviously you met your match. You met your twin flame soulmate right there. But why do you keep coming back to me? You see? Why does he keep hoovering me now that he's got someone else and he's completely, obviously with someone else? Why does he come into me? What do you want from me? You see? To regulate your emotions, to be your therapist, to be your punching bag. What is it you want from me? Because I have nothing to give you, and you have nothing to offer that I want. Nothing. You have nothing that I want. Not a damn thing that I want, that I can make my own life. I can create my own happiness, and you're not going to be part of it anymore because you've already hurt me badly enough and deceived me and betrayed me and lied to me and used me and exploited me. And you don't have room in my life anymore. I will make room for people who are more deserving of my time and energy. And I'm not going to put any more effort into pouring into a fucking bucket that's got a hole at the bottom. Why? Why do that to myself? What? So I die as it is, I'm isolated. I don't do the things I used to do because I don't really want to. But basically, I've become somebody who's been so fucking hurt and betrayed by humanity that I choose self-isolation for my own protection because of the way I've been treated by people for so long. And this is a way that I can live, because if I keep going out there and throwing myself out there like the shit they did to me at the fucking Gold's Gym for so long, do you think I'm going to keep putting myself through that kind of trauma and pain and embarrassment and public humiliation? What, so I can almost get in a fucking car accident and die from a heart attack and not even get fucking paid for it? Because of your fucking smear campaign shit that he did to me and whoever the fuck else is involved with that. Now, these people are gonna pay me for what they did. I'm gonna get a big, fat fucking check in the mail. I'm gonna be living large wherever the fuck I wanna live. and I'm going to have so much goddamn money in the bank that you people are going to be shocked at what's going to happen to me. And you're going to wish that you never did this to me, is what you're going to you're going to wish that you never did this. But those of you who treated me well, and those of you who never, fucked with my head and gaslit and did all that crap that most people have done, you can stay on board. I've got a few people who I consider to be friends. Other than that, fuck you all. Other than that, take a fucking hike and don't try to come back into my life ever again. Don't try it. I'm not here to be your fucking friend. I'm not here to be your fucking emotional tampon. I'm not here to be your goddamn unpaid fucking servant or sex slave or therapist or cook or cleaner or maid, whatever. No. You can't keep giving people chance after chance after chance expecting different results, because that right there is a definition of insanity. Repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Yet this man is calling me crazy. No, I think that he's fucking, if anybody's bipolar or schizophrenic, it might be him. But I've been used to all the goddamn mental labels for so long. Just keep on throwing them on me. I don't give a fuck. Keep it up, because I don't give a shit what people think. It's fucking stupid. Just because a person is different and independent-minded and not some sellout fucking fake-ass somebody like half the goddamn society, you get ostracized and gang-stalked and harassed by the fucking feds. Gang-stalked, like me, because I don't fit in and conform to the fucking corporate bullshit. Whatever. That's just not who I am. I'm a rebel in my blood. I cannot help who I am. It's in my DNA. I just don't give a fuck about popularity. I don't give a shit about following the fucking corporate. I just don't. I pay my fucking taxes. I pay my fucking bills. I obey the law. Now leave me the fuck alone. And I'm a vegetarian. And that's not going to ever change. All they want to do is change who I am and do this and look this way and get on this kind of fucking drug, or so you can be emaciated, lose 50 pounds, get Botox, get fancy hair, you're not good enough. That's society's message for people who don't fit in. All they want to do is make you feel fucking useless and ugly. Well, fuck you. I like myself just how I am, and if I want to change, I can do that too. But you don't have to tell me. I don't need your goddamn validation from anybody, because I validate myself. I have a whole shitload of respect for myself, considering everything that I've battled and what I've conquered and what I still continue to fucking battle every fucking day of my life. And you know what? I don't have anything to apologize about. I don't feel guilty. I don't feel remorseful. I feel a little bit foolish, if anything, a little bit naive and foolish about how fucking horrible some people are, and mean and greedy and fucking two-faced. But other than that, I love myself. It's about me right now. I'm focusing on myself. I don't give a fuck what you people think. And I don't give a shit about somebody coming around to hoover me, distract me, trying to take, let's go. He comes over today. Let's do the, Linda, let's go to lunch. Let's go to lunch today. Let me, can I have your phone? No, you can't have my phone number. No, you can't have my phone number again. Absolutely not. I told him. And then he's like, well, let's go to lunch tomorrow. I said, I don't know, Lewis. I don't know. I'm kind of busy. Can you see that I'm busy? I don't know what to tell you. Why don't you ask your girlfriend what she says? This Nydia. Why don't you ask Nydia Cardenas? What does she have to say about this whole setup? Lewis, why don't you two get together and have a nice little chat, since the two of you are involved with this fucking bullshit? Is there some money involved? Somebody got paid life insurance? Is somebody taking out an illegal life insurance policy out of me? Because guess what? You're gonna get fucking caught for that shit at some point. If that's a situation that it has to do with you stealing my money and trying to have me killed, guess what? The people behind that, you're gonna get your fucking asses thrown in the goddamn federal prison for doing that kind of shit. Who the fuck do you think you are? Duh, I'm not stupid. And if people think I am, you better think again. I'm not going to tolerate shit from anybody. I won't, you know. I treat people the way I want to be treated. Once you fucking step all over me, then I do the same goddamn thing. It's the way the world is. You can't be too goddamn nice, and you can't trust anybody. You're a fool if you go around trusting everybody just because they smile in your face and give you some goddamn compliment. Only stupid people do that, or the naive, the ignorant, which I've been there before, so I know. You gotta learn it. You gotta go through the shit to fucking learn it. That's the only way to learn it, not some fucking classroom shit. No, you learn it by going through it and conquering it. Yeah, so whatever. I don't need to have to feel like I have to be on a goddamn war zone battlefield every day just to live my life. I don't have to do that. I'm not going to do that anymore. And I don't have to explain myself anymore. I don't need to apologize to people. I don't need to give my time or energy to people who don't deserve it. Or that is to say, that who are unworthy of it. And yeah, you know, you got to learn that that's the way the world is. I used to think differently. I used to think that people were good and that you should trust people and give things away and, you know, to volunteer, donate. No, you can't fucking just be a giving tree to everybody, because all they do is fucking take. You can give to people who you want to, and you can give your time and energy to those who you feel are of value to your life. But if they don't add anything, if they have nothing to fucking contribute to the table, then get them out, kick them out to the curb. Just get rid of them, block them, delete them, go no contact, and don't answer the fucking door like I do. Don't keep letting them back in. You know, don't keep on believing because you think that it's going to get better. Oh, they've changed. They feel bad. They messed up. They must have just been drunk, or, you know, he was going through some hard times, or he had a really a difficult childhood where he didn't know who, you know. No, I'm not going to listen to these excuses. I've already tried that before and tried to give a person, you know, give them a fucking inch, they'll take a mile, you know. But, you know, yeah, some people, we've all had a bad, fucked up child. So have I. But I don't go around fucking stepping all over people and stealing their fucking money and lying to them and triangulating them with other people in relationships, or fucking up their marriages, or fucking up their jobs, making them lose their fucking career and health. I don't do that. I've never done that, and I don't have any desire to do that to people. But there are plenty of fucked up people who do these kinds of things. Plenty of them out there.